Hello, budget besties. It's Zero Based Budget Girl, and welcome to today's video. Happy March, everyone. I hope that you've had a great weekend thus far. And yeah, thanks for clicking on today's video. Today I plan on entering some transactions that happened right at the end of February and just doing a quick little February recap and see how the month of February went for us in our budget and our spending. I already have a feeling that it might be a little wonky, especially because your girl went a little crazy. If you watched my last couple of videos, you know your girl's gone a little crazy on between McDonald's and Pokemon cards these last couple of weeks. But we'll see. We'll see how things ended up. But anyway, grab a snack, kick back, and let's get into this video, baby. All right, like I said, first things first, I need to enter a couple of transactions. These are things that happened like right at the end of February, the last couple of days. So this will be our last little bit of spending. Next up is our joint checking. We did have a couple of transactions happen. So I'm going to head and enter those really quickly. And I have to remember to set this back to February because don't be messing up my budget. And I just happened to like think about that at the last second. So I'm really glad I did. All right, first up is some Wells Fargo payment. I don't know what this is exactly. Something my husband did. And he said, I don't know. It's in the potluck category. I think he bought something for his coat at the shop or whatever. Like, I have no idea, but whatever it was $28.30. And then we also had our transfer to hubby's secret account. This is our $200 that gets transferred every month for the kids' savings. I'm sorry, let me split this. The kids' savings account, and then also our little wedding moon account. This is one of these is going to be overspent because I'm a silly billion. For some reason, I budgeted the $100 for the kids account last week, but I forgot to budget the $100 for our wedding moon. For some reason, I thought they came out separately. I don't know what I was thinking, but apparently they came out together. So I was tripping on that one. Okay, moving on to our credit cards. First up is our Chase credit card. First thing is the vet for my puppy. I had to get some of her medicine refilled. Speaking of her, she is underneath my feet right now, so if you hear her coughing or sneezing or making strange noises, I'm sorry. Anyway, next up is PlayStation. Wait, what? Station. Hubby bought something for some DLC or something for one of his games. I don't know. That's that. And then I've made a lot of Amazon purchases this week. Most of them, all of them have been like necessary. So yeah, so first up I needed for those of you who are new here, I'm currently pregnant AF. I've got about, I think at this point, well, tomorrow will be 6 weeks left until my due date, so we're getting there. That's probably why I sound so out of breath when I talk. Because I don't got much lung capacity. But anyway, I needed to get some, I have a little colostrum catcher. Just getting ready to, start self-milking to prepare for baby coming. So I grabbed some of those. And then I also needed a belly band this week. I've been having a bit of pain in like my hips and stuff. So I grabbed a belly band to help support my belly to hopefully alleviate some of that pain that I've been starting to feel these days. Also grabbed I bought an air purifier and also a humidifier. I live in the desert, so it's very, very dry. And I figured with baby coming, definitely need one of those pretty soon, and I was just tired of waking up with just feeling dry and gross. So yeah. And then Amazon again, this time was for baby. We're definitely going to be seeing a lot more baby purchases coming up soon. Like I said, we are just about 6 weeks away, So yeah, which is kind of crazy. We still have a lot of things we need to get. And this purchase was for a dresser, like a dresser, like changing table thing, for the baby. And then lastly, we went to the shop at, he got a new game. A new game came out this weekend, Monster Hunter. I don't know if y'all are any gamers out there, but that's like his jam. So like on the, like his thing is like Friday, go to the shop at, grab some liquor and game all weekend. So that's what he's been doing. I'm like, you enjoy it. You enjoy it as much as you can, because we're not gonna be able to just hang out and game like we used to soon, which is crazy to think about. We went to the shop at twice apparently, but I actually need to change the date on this one because this transaction carried over. This was happened in March, so I'm assuming he went on Friday to get some booze, and then he probably went on Saturday to get some booze. It sounds like get some booze, like he's getting like a freaking giant ass bottle of Jack or something. It's like literally like a bottle of soju, so it's not even that much that he's been grabbing. And to be fair, I think that first $10.98, that I was part of that. I think I'd got some like chips or something as well, some snacks as well. So it wasn't just him on that first one, but this $9.67 I think was him. I think he got a bottle of soju or two and like a Red Bull or something. So that's all him. But anyway, we have a category for literally this specific thing, getting booze and snacks at the shop. All right, did I clear everything? Yep. Okay, next up is our American Express card. We had our Walmart Plus subscription come out. I don't even know if there's even any point of putting this in, honestly, because this subscription is covered by our credit card, so it's a free subscription. So it's like, what's the point? Like, is there a point of me entering this into my budget every month? Like, I could probably just go without it, yeah? I don't know. But anyway, it's here. So we're plugging it in. Was it $13.76? Yeah, we're reimbursed for that. Crazy, I really don't even use Walmart Plus. Like, I'm just like, well, our credit card gives it to us, so I guess I'll sign up for it. Sorry, excuse me. I got hiccups and heartburn right now. Ooh. Heartburn is burning these days. Like, I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Why do I have heartburn? Like, what about that is giving acidic? Like, anyway, yay, pregnancy things. This is for USA. Our insurance came out 1st of March. I should change that. Okay, yes. Okay, and that is 68.18. Yeah. And then lastly, if you watched my last video, I believe I had said that my husband was supposed to be going on a work trip, and he needed to rent a rental car, and we were going to be getting reimbursed by the Air Force for that, but they actually canceled that trip. Whoever is in charge of like funding their things like TDYs and whatnot decided at the last minute they weren't going to fund it anymore. So he had to cancel all his hotels and reservations and everything. And yeah, so he's no longer going to Colorado anymore for that symposium that's happening right now. So he was pretty bummed about it because with his job, they rarely ever get like opportunities to do these types of things. So he was really excited for the first time. Like, he was like, yo, I get to go do something. And then they were like, no, we're not funding that anymore. So, okay. And then lastly, I have a couple things to put in on my US bank card. So again, let me roll this back to, oh, baby's kicked me. Let me roll this back to February. I have a real-time credit that came in. I'm assuming I know what it's for. Can you take a guess of where I ate at? And I decided to use points to cover that. So, I don't feel so bad about that. It was McDonald's. Yeah, at some point your girl had to get some McD's. Oh gosh, the McDonald's is crazy. I really don't like, I promise y'all, I don't like McDonald's. But since being pregnant, I'm like, yo, I can smash a quarter pounder with cheese and french fries right now. But yeah, anyway, I also mentioned in our last video that it was our anniversary. Is this still February? Okay, yeah, this is definitely not February 1st, February 28th. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't care. Yeah, so last week it was our anniversary, I think. I don't even remember if it was last. Yeah, anyway, at the end of February, at some point, anyway, we went to do things. We got some boba, and now that I'm looking at this, because I'm definitely the, like, I'm gonna spend money on food girly. I don't really pay attention to the price of stuff. Like, if I want it, I'm gonna get it. Like, I don't care how much it is. Like, I'm just ordering it. And I'm kind of looking at this now, like $17.95 for 2 boba drinks is kind of crazy. Like, what? We really paid nearly $20 for some damn boba? Like, that's crazy. But anyway, so this was for our lunch on our anniversary day. We went and got some, well, I was trying to find a ramen spot, and this place said they had ramen because my husband loves ramen. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go check this place out and get some ramen. It was not it. He was very disappointed that ramen was ass. I was like, what? That so sucks, because they had such a good review. They had good reviews, but I'm guessing maybe ramen is not their star item on their menu. So yeah, I felt bad. I was like, sorry, but I got some cooked like eel. I love eel sushi. Oh my god, it was so good. I got some sushi and some like orange chicken and like and vegetables and rice and stuff. So my meal was good, but Abby was not impressed with it. I felt really bad. Next up was a purchase from Dunkin' Baskin, our combination restaurant here on base of Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins. This day I went to go to the BX because allegedly rumors were they were stocking some Pokemon cards. So while I was waiting for the store to open, I just popped into Dunkin' to get a donut and a drink. So for the commissary, my favorite place in the whole wide world, this is going to be a split transaction between groceries for week 1 and also for household goods. So the total for this trip was, I didn't write it down. Well, we'll just do it here. So we spent $13 to $58 on groceries, and then roughly $12 of that was something household good related. So that was a total of $25.58 on that trip. First trip of the day. First of today's video, shall I say. And then Nintendo came through with the yearly subscription for our Nintendo Online, which was $34.99. And then yeah, that's that McDonald's right here. There's that McDonald's. My fun money. Oops. Excuse the jet. That's that McDonald's. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, that's that McDonald's that I credited myself for earlier. And then to the commissary again, and this one was strictly just on groceries for a total of $26.50. Jet is still going. And then lastly, your girl woke up on that Saturday morning and I was like, baby wants McDonald's. Oh my goodness. So we drove into town and got some McDonald's for lunch that day. And we spent $24.07. That's actually so crazy. Like, I don't think I've never seen McDonald's show up in my budget so many times in my life until recently. Like, this is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. All right, but that is the last transaction that I needed to enter. So 383.61 is correct. All right, so now that we're done with that, if you flip back over to my budget, you can see, we can see that I've got some 2 overspent categories. So I'm just going to cover this overspending with our snaps budget. So this is the things that we've just stuff I forgot to budget for, and or moments like this where I just need a little change to get me through So yeah, we're gonna cover that with oh snaps, and we are good to go for February. March has overspending because, like I said, I made that boo-boo and forgot that this needed to be funded, but we'll worry about that with our next paycheck because it's not that serious, and yeah, it's fine, it's whatever. But anyway, let's look at our spending this month. So sometimes I have to remind myself, because I look at this and I know that my husband brings home roughly like $5,000 a month. That's how much he makes at work. But I have to remember that although in YNAB it shows that like things that we transfer out of our account, our joint accounts. So like every time like things are transferred to my husband's secret savings or whatever, or like that is going into a high yield savings account. That's just not, that we just don't track in YNAB. And yeah, so I have to remember that like, yeah, 500 of this, or no, 1,000 actually, let's see. How much of this went to my hubby's secret savings account? Five, so that's 1,000. And then I think the 200 for the kids' savings in our wedding moon account. So 1,200 of these dollars, 1,200 of this wasn't actually truly spent. It was just it just moved out of our accounts in YNAB. So YNAB detects it as spent. So I have to always remember that. So we really spent around $4,000 this month. So I always have to like remind myself like some of these things aren't like actual spent money, but looks like groceries. Actually, I forget how much I budgeted for. Oh, this is before. I forgot. This is before. Oh my god, these stupid jets! Like, how dare you guys work today? Like. So we assigned $740 to groceries and ended up with $126 left over, which is huge for your girl because groceries is an area that I did want to focus on this month. So that was one of my goals this month, was definitely working on the grocery budget and trying to keep that like under wraps, not going crazy. And the way I've been able to do that, well, at least in the second half of the month, I decided like, you know what, I need to cut sugar. Like I need to cut sugar out of my diet. So the last couple of weeks, I have not been buying any sugary like drinks. Before I would go, every time I went to the commissary, and y'all know I go to the commissary a lot. Like I go like 2, 3, 4 times a week. But every time I would go, I'd always grab like, you know, some like Red Bulls for my husband, or just like Arizona iced teas or Snapples or just whatever. Like always buy little drinks every time I went in there. And then between my little drinks and just like little snacky snacks, like, oh, I want some Cheez-Its, or oh, I want some of these cookies from the bakery, or like, ooh, we need some Doritos. Like these little things really add up. So obviously like me cutting back on buying all the junk food and stuff the last couple of weeks, I think definitely helped keep us within budget. And then also I really tried focusing on like, okay, what do I already have in the house and what can I build like as a meal around what we already have, instead of just constantly just going out and buying new ingredients and for whatever recipe I decided I wanted to make. So I feel like that definitely helped for sure. We'll see how March goes with the groceries. But it seems now that I am definitely overspent in my fun money. But like I said, this was a bit of an odd month when it came to like my Pokemon collecting. And yeah, and I ate out quite a bit this month as well. I'm not gonna say, well, I'm gonna say, well, my excuse, well, I don't know if excuse is the right word. So we live on base, and town is like 20-minute drive away. So like to get to McDonald's, to get to like most like Walmarts, to get to anything, like I have to drive 20 minutes. And I typically, I'm like, I'm too lazy, I'm not gonna drive that far. So I tend to like not eat, well, I tend to not eat out as often as I did this month, but this month I had a lot of appointments in town, or I had a lot of reasons to go into town. So that's kind of like, I feel like might have been where that might have been a weak point for me, like just being out and about. I'm like, oh, well, I'm out, let me just grab something to eat while I'm out here. And it's kind of like, I don't typically come to these places a lot, with the exception of McDonald's, it seems like. So let me just grab something while I'm out here, kind of thing. So yeah, and I don't know. Well, I'm gonna have to try and keep it under wraps, because now I'll definitely, like with my pregnancy, I have to go into town more often now because it's getting towards the end. So I think maybe after my next appointment, I think I'll have to start going weekly to the hospital maybe. So I definitely need to try to avoid like in March I'm gonna have to try to avoid like getting fast food every time I go to the hospital, like Our next big spending category is looking like household goods, and I expect this to be this way because I'm just preparing for baby and things like that. I know I've bought quite a few like furniture pieces and things, just trying to get the house together. We moved into this house like 6 months ago, but we kind of moved in with a whole lot of nothing. And when we first moved in, we spent a lot of money on like furniture and things like that, and then we kind of just like got to a point where we're like, okay, we have like enough for like what we need for now. But now with baby coming and stuff, I'm like, okay, we got to start buying like baby stuff and things like this. So I expect this category to be high, and I expect it to continue to probably be high. Oh, and there's the noises I was talking about. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but she's doing her poor little cough, poor little baby. And then yep, next up is baby. And I expect that this is definitely going to shoot up in March for sure. Next up is planes and trains. We know the story behind this. This is actually zero because it got reimbursed. But it's not showing the reimbursement here because that reimbursement come through on the March side, but it's fine. It's whatever. No big deal. Drip, which is a category we typically do not spend out of very often, and it's only 3%, which is not too bad, because basically my husband needed some jeans and I needed some maternity clothes. And you know what, after all that I'm going crazy, like, oh my god, McDonald's, we dining out so much. We only spent 130, we as in my husband and I, like combined eating out. You know, my personal eating out is tucked away in my fun money, but actually now I'm curious, how much of this is food? Let me calculate this real quick, because now I'm curious. How much of this is food and how much of this is just Pokemon cards? Okay, so my calculations, actually out of this, how much? $320. Only 56 of it was actually dining out. The rest of it was me being bad. So 320.93. So $264.46 of this was just me shopping for Pokemon cards. That's Pokemon cards. This is a planter. That's Pokemon cards. That's Pokemon cards. And yeah, so yeah. Okay, you know what? I don't feel so bad anymore. I felt like I was like, oh my god, I'm really overdoing it with eating out. So between my personal eating out of $56 and our team eating out of $137, 137 plus 56, we spent less than $200 this month in eating out. So you know what? Good job. Pat on the back for me. Pat on the back for us. So March, I am going to be focusing on, once again, like trying to keep the grocery budget under control. I'm slowly working at trying to cut back our grocery budget, because I kind of feel like we don't need to spend as much as we do on groceries. We just kind of were spending that much on groceries just because I didn't have very good self-control to go into the store and just get what I need and leave. So like $740 was assigned. I think we were originally looking at I think it was like I think I had like $180 maybe a week funded for groceries, something like quite high for when we're just two people. But I definitely I think I dropped it down now to, let's see, 160. So 160 a week. So yeah, we'll see. And then like if I can manage to like make 160 work and we still have quite a bit left over moving forward into April, I'll see if we can cut back even more. So we'll see. So trying to get groceries lower, and I'm really going to focus on not spending all my fun money. I'm really just gonna try and just get things for the baby or for myself, like to support my pregnancy, and just really try and focus on that type of spending for the month of March. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But overall with February, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really was thinking that this was going to be awful and terrible, and I definitely thought I thought it was going to be one of those we spent more than we actually make month, because I thought that I spent a lot more than I did in my own like fun money and things like that. Plus, you know, I felt like we ate out a lot as well, but in reality, now that I'm actually looking at it all like in front of me, we actually didn't do as bad as I thought. Like I said, this number definitely is, what is it? $4,000 basically. So we spent $4,000 this month, and my husband makes $5,000. So that's $1,000 that's sitting away in all of our little, I guess you can call these sinking funds or whatnot. So we saved $1,000 this month. And yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling, so I'm gonna hush up now. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you guys have a great March. I hope your budgets are going amazingly well. Your debt pay downs are going amazingly well. Your savings, whatever it is that your financial goals are for this month, I hope that works out for you. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.